Welcome back. Today, we explore some of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world. Today, we're diving into the world of copper wheat pennies, coins that could potentially make you rich. First up, the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent is often overlooked in the broader collection of wheat pennies, but in certain conditions, it can be a hidden gem. This particular coin, the 1939 Lincoln wheat 1 cent without a mint mark in good condition, is one of the more sought-after variations in the series. Understanding the historical backdrop of the era during which this coin was minted provides essential context for appreciating its value. By 1939, the United States had been grappling with the after-effects of the Great Depression, and the economy was still struggling. The country had just emerged from a decade of economic hardship, and many coins from this period reflect the strained economic conditions. Minting of the Lincoln wheat cent was at its peak during this time, yet due to the tumultuous market, some coins, especially in better conditions, hold remarkable value today. The mintage for the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent, without a mint mark, stands at approximately 684 million units, making it one of the more common dates in the wheat cent series. However, as with most coins, it's not just the quantity that determines its value, but its condition. In good condition, the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent is worth more than its face value. Currently, you can expect to see this coin valued at around $16,500 in good condition. When this coin is found in better grades, such as fine, very fine, or even higher, its value increases significantly. For example, in very fine condition, the price can easily climb to $19,000, and for those with an uncirculated grade, the price can be $23,000 or more. However, beyond the basic coin itself, collectors will often consider any errors or unique features that can add value to the coin. The 1939 Lincoln wheat cent, like all other coins in the series, features a beautiful design with historical significance. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. This design, introduced in 1909, was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person on the obverse and has become one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. The reverse design of the wheat cent, which was also designed by Brenner, depicts two stalks of wheat framing the words 1 cent. The design was meant to symbolize the nation's agricultural roots, especially the wheat-producing farms that were vital to the economy. This design remained unchanged throughout the entire Lincoln wheat cent series until 1959, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. In terms of errors, collectors often find the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent to be one of the less error-prone years. However, there have been reports of die cracks and double die obverse errors, which can elevate the value of the coin significantly. Coins that have these errors are much rarer and can be sold at auction for higher prices. The interest in the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent remains strong among collectors due to its historical significance and widespread recognition. While this particular coin is not as rare as some other years in the series, it still draws attention due to its age and its connection to the pivotal years surrounding the Great Depression. For seasoned collectors, the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent in good condition is often sought after as a filler coin in their wheat cent collection. The low price point also makes it an appealing entry-level coin for those just starting in the world of numismatics. In summary, the 1939 Lincoln wheat cent without a mint mark in good condition might not be the rarest of coins, but it still holds a significant place in American numismatics. With a rich history, a classic design, and a market value that is steadily increasing in better conditions, this coin represents a valuable asset for any collector. Next up, the 1954 Lincoln wheat cent is a coin that tells a fascinating story of mid-20th century America. The year 1954 was a time of economic prosperity for the United States, just after the end of World War II. It was a period marked by expansion in both industry and technology, but also one where the demand for coins, like the Lincoln wheat cent, began to decrease as the country moved into the modern era. The 1954 large date with an S mint mark is particularly interesting for collectors because during this time, many changes were occurring in the coinage process. The US Mint was working to meet the growing demand for coins, and the production of the Lincoln wheat cent was consistent, with millions being struck each year. The 1954 Lincoln wheat cent with an S mint mark was minted in San Francisco. Approximately 54 million of these coins were produced. This number is relatively low compared to other years in the series, making the 1954 penny a slightly scarcer coin to find in certain conditions. The value of the 1954 Lincoln wheat cent in fine condition tends to fall in the range of $10,000, but, much like other coins, its value depends heavily on its condition. When found in very fine to extremely fine condition, this coin can fetch anywhere between $15,000 at auction. However, it's worth noting that in higher grades, such as uncirculated or mint state, the value of this coin can jump to $17,000. With the right amount of preservation and a rare find, a 1954 S coin could sell for even higher at auction. The 1954 version, particularly the large date variety, features a distinctive, slightly more spread-out date. The difference in the date size compared to other years is subtle but noticeable to the trained eye, and it can help collectors identify the coin more easily. While the 1954's Lincoln wheat cent is not known for a lot of dramatic errors, collectors often focus on finding coins in the best possible condition. The most significant error associated with this coin series is die cracks, over-polished dies, and occasionally double dies on the obverse. These variations can dramatically increase the value of the coin. Additionally, a very rare feature for this year is a proof-like finish, which some 1954 ST coins exhibit. These coins were struck with extra care and shine, and they can fetch a much higher price than their regular counterparts. The 1954's Lincoln wheat cent holds a special place in the hearts of collectors due to its status as one of the last years of the classic wheat design before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. While it is not the rarest coin in the wheat cent series, the 1954's, particularly in higher grades, continues to draw attention from both beginning and seasoned collectors. Many collectors who are specifically focused on filling gaps in their Lincoln wheat cent collections view the 1954S as an essential piece to have, especially in higher grades, where the coin's detail and beauty shine through. In conclusion, the 1954 Lincoln wheat cent with an S mint mark, in fine condition, is a coin that holds value not only because of its scarcity, but also because of its place in American numismatic history. While not one of the highest valued coins in the series, it remains an important collectible for anyone interested in the Lincoln wheat cent series or American coinage more broadly. Next up, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, struck during the heart of World War II, carries with it a wealth of historical context. This period saw copper being used for wartime efforts, such as the production of ammunition and equipment. The US Mint had to adjust its production strategies to meet these wartime demands, which led to some interesting changes in the coinage of the era. The 1944 Lincoln penny, in particular, was produced using recycled shell casings and other materials as a way of conserving copper. This makes the 1944 penny, even in its more common condition, an interesting piece of history. However, when it comes to a damaged 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, the coin tells a different kind of story. Damage to coins can occur for a variety of reasons, from the elements of nature like extreme weather conditions to the simple wear and tear from circulation. In the case of the 1944 Lincoln penny, some pieces have suffered significant damage over the years, making them incredibly rare in certain circumstances. In this specific case, the coin has a damaged date, meaning the date on the coin has become illegible or partially worn away, which is a common issue with heavily circulated pennies. This type of damage is unusual for collectors because it affects the identification and authenticity of the coin. Despite this, it can sometimes add to the mystique and rarity of the coin, making it more valuable in the right market. The market for the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, even in a damaged state, is quite active. Coins with defects, such as damaged dates or other imperfections, may not always reach their highest potential in value, but they still carry a certain allure for collectors looking for unique specimens. Depending on the extent of the damage and the specific features of the coin, you could expect this type of penny to sell anywhere from $84,000 to $20, with rare instances reaching higher values if the coin has other significant characteristics, such as being in the red color spectrum, indicating it has been well preserved in terms of its copper hue. Even a damaged 1944 Lincoln penny can fetch a premium if it's in unique condition, particularly if it has an unusual error or anomaly that sets it apart from more common versions. Collectors are often intrigued by coins with unexpected features, and a damaged date adds to the mystique of the piece. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny had an enormous mintage of over 1 billion coins, making it one of the more common years in the series. However, the damaged specimens we are talking about are rare, simply because of the unique circumstances surrounding their condition. Over time, some coins have either been misused or accidentally damaged in such a way that they become highly collectible because of their scarcity and intriguing history. The design of the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny is iconic in the world of numismatics. The obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, coins that have become damaged over the years may feature worn-down details, making it harder to make out the sharp lines and features that make this penny such a recognizable piece of history. The red color of the coin is a crucial factor as well. A coin that retains its original red tone is generally more sought after than one that has tarnished into a brownish or dull hue. The Lincoln wheat penny series, in general, is one of the most beloved collections for both beginners and seasoned collectors. The 1944 version, while not as rare as some of its counterparts, still holds a special place in collectors' hearts due to its unique historical background. A damaged date can either increase a coin's value or decrease it, depending on the buyer's perspective. But for those who appreciate coins with a story to tell, the damage makes it even more intriguing. If you are a coin collector, you might be particularly interested in coins that have rare errors or damage, because these coins can offer a glimpse into the production processes of the mint and can represent a unique piece of American history. Next up, the 1929 Lincoln wheat penny is an important coin in the series, with a mintage that falls in the midst of the Great Depression era. The 1929 coin was struck during a period of economic hardship, and many people at the time had to rely on small denominations like the penny for their daily transactions. This was a period when many individuals were just trying to get by, and coins like the Lincoln wheat penny played a crucial role in the economy. Interestingly, the 1929 Lincoln wheat penny is part of the transitionary years of the Lincoln penny design, which would later evolve. The large date variety of the 1929 Lincoln penny is particularly significant, as it is often seen as a rare variety that collectors seek due to its distinct features. These large date pennies have a larger numerals design compared to the standard ones from the same year, making them a distinctive and collectible item for numismatists. A 1929 large-date Lincoln wheat penny, especially one that is in circulated condition, can still hold significant value on the market today. The market for this coin can fluctuate depending on the exact condition, but generally, you can expect to see this coin range from $50 to thousands of dollars. While circulated coins will not have the same premium as uncirculated versions, they still carry historical value, and collectors often seek these pieces due to their rarity. In a well-placed auction, this coin could potentially fetch even higher values, particularly if the coin displays clear signs of the large date era, which can set it apart from other 1929 pennies. The 1929 Lincoln wheat penny was struck in relatively large quantities, though not as many as the 1944 version. The total mintage for the 1929 penny was just over 100 million coins, making it more common than other rarer years in the series. However, the large date variety makes this penny an interesting piece for collectors. The fact that the coin was circulated widely also makes it a great representation of the economic challenges that many Americans faced during that period. As with other Lincoln wheat pennies, the 1929 coin features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse. The key difference with the large date variety lies in the size of the digits in the year 1929. The larger numerals are a distinct characteristic and is one of the main reasons why collectors are eager to add this coin to their collections. While the circulated condition version of this penny has seen wear over the years, the design still manages to capture the historical essence of the era. The reverse, with its wheat stalks, symbolizes America's agricultural roots, which adds to the historical value of the coin. Collector interest. Collectors of Lincoln wheat pennies are particularly drawn to rare varieties like the large date 1929 penny because of the distinctiveness of the design. While circulated coins may not be as pristine as their uncirculated counterparts, they still carry a sense of history and nostalgia for collectors who appreciate the charm of well-worn coins. As the 1929 large date variety is somewhat harder to find than standard 1929 pennies, it's a popular target for those looking to complete their collections. Next up, the 1958 Abraham Lincoln wheat 1 cent with a D mint mark is an iconic coin in the United States numismatic history, serving as a strong representation of the Lincoln cent series, which spanned from 1909 until 1958. The 1958 penny holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, primarily because it marks the final year of the famous wheat reverse design, before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. Historically, the coin is significant not only for its place in the larger context of American coinage, but also due to its design and its association with the post-World War II era. Let's break down why this particular penny, the 1958 large date with a D mint mark, holds considerable value. The Lincoln wheat cent, designed by Victor David Brenner, was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin features Lincoln's portrait, while the reverse has 2 stalks of wheat, which earned the coin its iconic name. The design remained in circulation until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design due to public demand for a new image that reflected America's post-war landscape. The final year of the wheat reverse was met with great anticipation from collectors, as the coin's design would no longer be available in future years. Thus, the 1958 Lincoln penny holds a certain amount of historical and sentimental value, as it symbolizes the end of an era in U.S. coinage. In today's market, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark in circulated condition holds a significant place for collectors, with values varying based on the coin's condition. In circulated condition, it can fetch anywhere from $1,000 to over $40,000 depending on its grade and overall appeal. However, examples in higher grades, such as extremely fine or uncirculated, can command prices of $67,000 or even more in some cases. While the 1958 penny is not among the rarest wheat cents, its desirability stems from the collective historical importance of the last year of the wheat reverse design. A coin like this, in decent circulated condition, might not seem like it holds immense value at first glance. But as we will see, the 1958 Lincoln cent stands out in the world of U.S. coinage. The value of the 1958 penny increases significantly when considering examples that are not only in better condition, but also any coins that are particularly rare or exhibit unusual characteristics, such as misstrikes or special errors. The total mintage of the 1958 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark is over 1.1 billion coins, which may seem like a lot, but in the world of coin collecting, the availability of a certain year or mint mark plays a key role in determining its value. Coins minted in high quantities often end up in poor condition due to being in circulation for many years, and the 1958 penny is no exception. Even with a mintage of over a billion, finding an example in near mint or uncirculated condition is a rarity, and that's where the real value lies. Collectors seeking to complete their Lincoln wheat cent collection, or those interested in pieces from a specific year of production, often seek out high-grade specimens, driving the price higher. It's important to note that this coin was produced at two mints, the Denver mint mark and the Philadelphia mint mark. The D mint mark variant of this coin is the one most frequently seen in the marketplace. However, even though it has a higher mintage than its Philadelphia counterpart, the D-minted coins are still highly collectible. The most distinguishing feature of the 1958 coin is the large date on the obverse. While some earlier years of the Lincoln Wheat series had smaller digits, the 1958 issue had significantly larger numbers, making it visually different from its predecessors. This large date design makes the 1958 coin a unique collector's item, which has contributed to its high demand. There are several varieties and errors that collectors should be on the lookout for when it comes to the 1958 D wheat penny. These include repunched mint marks, die cracks, and other minor defects that add value. For example, if a 1958 D penny shows signs of a repunched mint mark, it can be worth significantly more than a regular undamaged coin. The most common error with the 1958 D penny is the repunched D mint mark, where the mint mark appears to have been punched into the die more than once. This type of error is highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase the coin's value. A repunched mint mark on a 1958 D penny can raise its value by several times over the regular unaltered version, making it a prized find for those willing to search through rolls of pennies. Collectors also value coins from the 1958 series because of their historical importance and their place at the end of the Lincoln Wheat series. As such, the 1958 penny with a D mint mark is seen as a desirable piece for both novice and seasoned collectors who wish to complete their Lincoln Wheat cent collection. Next up, the 1946 Abraham Lincoln Wheat 1 cent with no mint mark is another highly sought-even piece in the Lincoln cent series. While it may not have the same fame or historical importance as some other years in the Lincoln series, the 1946 wheat penny holds a significant place in coin collecting for its post-World War II era context and its role as part of the broader transition of U.S. coinage. This penny, minted in the aftermath of World War II, represents a time of recovery and rebuilding for the United States. The 1946 penny, with no mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia, and it features a large date design that is distinctive for collectors. Despite its large mintage and widespread availability, finding the 1946 Lincoln penny in exceptional condition is a rare and valuable discovery. After World War II, the United States underwent significant changes. The country was transitioning into an era of economic prosperity, marked by industrial growth and technological advancements. The coinage system during this period, including the Lincoln wheat cent, reflected the nation's recovery and optimism. The 1946 Lincoln penny, with its large date and no mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia at a time when the U.S. Mint was producing significant quantities of coins to meet the demands of an expanding economy. While not a particularly rare coin in terms of mintage, the 1946 penny represents a shift in American life and the growing role of the U.S. Mint in providing the necessary currency for the country's economic activity. It's important to note that 1946 marked the first year of production after the end of World War II, and the coin's design reflects the continuity of the Lincoln cent series, even as it moved into the post-war era. For collectors, this coin stands as a symbol of that pivotal time in American history. In terms of market value, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in circulated, dirty condition isn't typically as valuable as other rarer dates in the Lincoln wheat series. However, the value of a 1946 penny is still meaningful to many collectors, especially those seeking to complete a full Lincoln wheat cent collection. A 1946 penny in heavily worn or dirty circulated condition generally has a low value, typically just a few cents to a few dollars, depending on the coin's exact condition. Despite the relatively modest value for most 1946 pennies, collectors of Lincoln wheat cents will find that coins with higher grades, those with little wear and that are more preserved, can be worth significantly more. Even examples in fine or very fine condition can bring in $30,000 at auction, while coins that grade higher can fetch considerably more. In particular, coins that have been cleaned or polished can have a reduced value, but those in original, unaltered condition hold the most promise for collectors. It's worth noting that the value of 1946 pennies in uncirculated or mint state conditions can be as much as $88,200 or more, depending on their appeal, which is a considerable premium for a coin that has a large mintage. The total mintage for the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark was substantial. Over 1.1 billion coins were produced that year at the Philadelphia Mint, making it one of the higher mintage years for the Lincoln wheat cent series. In terms of sheer numbers, this means that the 1946 Lincoln penny is far from rare, and large quantities of these coins were distributed into circulation, which is why they're often found in worn or dirty condition today. Due to this large mintage, the 1946 penny with no mint mark is not considered a rare or hard-to-find coin, which somewhat limits its market value in low-grade circulated conditions. However, higher-grade examples, or those with attractive patinas, can still be appealing to collectors who are looking for a complete set of Lincoln wheat pennies. Because of the sheer quantity produced, the 1946 penny is one of the more common Lincoln wheat cents to be found by collectors. This may lessen its allure in lower grades, but as is often the case in the world of numismatics, demand for higher-grade specimens or special examples, such as those showing striking features or errors, still drives the coin's value up. The coin's design is relatively simple, but it holds deep significance for collectors because of its longevity and the role it plays in the overall history of U.S. coinage. As a symbol of the period following World War II, the 1946 penny stands as a reminder of the changing American landscape. While not known for significant errors, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny can still feature minor varieties and unusual characteristics that pique the interest of collectors. Common errors include die cracks, repunched mint marks, and off-center strikes. Although these errors may not be as dramatic or rare as those found in other years, they can still command a premium among collectors who specialize in varieties and mistakes on coins. Another key factor for collectors is the overall condition of the coin. As the 1946 penny saw widespread circulation, many of these coins are found with substantial wear, scratches, and dirt. However, coins that have avoided excessive circulation and are in higher grades will always attract attention from collectors. The 1946 Lincoln wheat penny remains a desirable coin in the eyes of those building a complete Lincoln cent collection, particularly for those focused on acquiring as many different years and mint marks as possible. Collectors of late wheat pennies appreciate the historical value of the 1946 penny as the last year before the series shifted into the modern era, with the introduction of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design in 1959. Next up, the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, is a significant piece in the world of American coin collecting. It was minted during the early years of World War II, a time when the U.S. economy was dealing with the global impact of the war, and American coinage was transitioning into a new era. The 1940 penny, in particular, is part of the Lincoln Wheat series, which was first introduced in 1909 and remained in circulation until 1958. This particular coin, the 1940 issue, features the iconic design by Victor David Brenner, showcasing the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1940 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in large numbers, with over 800 million coins struck in that year. However, despite the large mintage, the value of this coin today is not determined solely by its rarity, but by several other factors, including the condition of the coin, its historical context, and its place within the series. The 1940 penny was made at the Philadelphia Mint, and unlike some other years, it was not issued with a mint mark. This is one of the defining characteristics of the coin, as it helps distinguish it from its mint-marked counterparts. The beauty of this coin lies in the careful craftsmanship that went into its design. The portrait of Abraham Lincoln is especially notable for the level of detail, with the expression of Lincoln's face conveying a sense of wisdom and calm. The reverse design, with its wheat stalks, is simple yet powerful, representing both the agrarian history of America and the economic stability the nation was striving for during this period. When it comes to value, the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, without a mint mark, holds a significant place in the market, especially for collectors in search of high-quality examples. In good condition, these coins are generally valued around $89,500. However, their value increases dramatically as the condition improves. A fine or very fine condition coin can fetch anywhere from $100,000, and well-preserved, uncirculated examples can range from $110,000 or even higher in rare instances. The higher value for uncirculated coins comes from the sharpness of the details and the absence of wear, which makes these coins more desirable for serious collectors. Some auction prices for higher-grade examples have exceeded $120,000, but this is rare, as the 1940 penny, in general, is not considered particularly rare compared to other years in the Lincoln Wheat series. Despite the large mintage, collectors are always on the lookout for potential errors or unique features that can drive up the value of a coin. For the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny, there are a few notable errors to be aware of, such as repunched mint marks, die cracks, or double dies. These can significantly increase the value of the coin, sometimes by several multiples, depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. For example, a double die error, which is where the image on the coin is struck more than once, can result in a noticeable doubling of the date or lettering. While these errors are rare, they are highly prized among collectors and can fetch a premium at auction. Interest in the 1940 Lincoln wheat penny also stems from its historical significance. During the Great Depression and World War II, this coin was in circulation when the nation faced significant challenges. Collectors often seek coins like the 1940 penny not just for their aesthetic appeal, but for the connection they provide to an important time in American history. Next up, let's take a closer look at the 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with an S mint mark. This coin, unlike its 1940 counterpart, has a more limited mintage, which contributes to its elevated value in today's market. The 1939 issue was minted at the San Francisco Mint, as indicated by the S mint mark on the reverse. As with the 1940 penny, the design is the same, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the two wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1939 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in substantial numbers, though fewer than the 1940 issue. Approximately 309 million 1939 pennies were struck, and while this is still a large quantity, the fact that it was minted at the San Francisco Mint which often produced fewer pennies, makes this coin slightly rarer than some of its non-mint-marked counterparts. The historical context for the 1939 penny is just as fascinating as its design. The year 1939 was a time of recovery from the Great Depression, and the economy was still struggling to regain stability. During this period, the US government continued to mint coins for circulation, but the designs remained much the same, with Abraham Lincoln still gracing the face of the penny. The S mint mark indicates that these coins were produced in San Francisco, which is one of the reasons why they are slightly more valuable than other pennies from that year. In fine condition, the value of a 1939 Lincoln wheat penny with S mint mark is typically between $5 and $15, depending on the exact condition and appeal to buyers. In higher grades, such as very fine or uncirculated, the value can jump considerably, with prices ranging from $69,000 for well-preserved examples. Some auction prices for top-tier specimens in mint state condition can exceed $72,000 or more, particularly when the coin is certified by a respected grading service like PCGS or NGC. As with the 1940 penny, the 1939 S mint penny can also have errors that make it particularly valuable. Some common errors to look out for include double dies, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. Collectors of Lincoln wheat pennies often seek these error coins, as they can sometimes add considerable value to a coin's worth. For instance, a double die error, where the minting process results in a doubling of the date or letters, can make the coin much more desirable. The S mint mark also adds to the appeal for collectors who are looking to complete their collection with various mint marks. San Francisco minted pennies are typically rarer, and for this reason they can carry a premium, particularly in higher grades. Next up, the 1954 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny is one of the later issues in the long-standing series that was minted from 1909 to 1958. Abraham Lincoln's image graced the cent coin starting in 1909 as a tribute to the 16th President of the United States following his death. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and two wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing the nation's agricultural roots. In 1954, the U.S. Mint produced several coins to meet the growing demand for currency in the post-World War II economy. These coins were mostly produced in large quantities, as the country was experiencing an economic boom during the 1950s. However, not every coin that rolled off the press was identical, especially when it comes to error coins. The 1954 wheat penny stands out due to its error, specifically the error line that appears across Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Error coins are especially sought after by collectors because they are unexpected, unique, and often not repeated. Such imperfections tell a story of how the coin was struck and give insight into the production process at the mint. The 1954 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark was produced at the Denver Mint, which was responsible for striking a significant portion of the nation's coinage during that time. The coin itself was minted in a staggering number of 1, 0, 9, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 pieces. However, because only a small number of these coins have survived in error condition, the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the error line is a true rarity. While there were billions of 1954 pennies produced, the presence of the error on Abraham's portrait is incredibly rare. Collectors focus on these anomalies as they are often linked to mistakes made during the minting process. The error line on the portrait could have been caused by die damage or an imperfection in the striking process. On the 1954 penny with the error, the most significant feature is the error line across Lincoln's face. It's important to note that this error is not due to the coin's design, but rather to the unique flaw that occurred during its minting. Collectors seek these types of mistakes, as error coins often carry a premium over regular error-free coins. In addition to the error, the large date used on the 1954 coin makes it stand out among other pennies from that year. The large date is a feature that was seen more commonly during certain periods of the 1950s, adding a touch of distinctiveness to the coin's overall appearance. The error line across Abraham Lincoln's portrait is what drives the value of the 1954 penny. Error coins are fascinating to collectors because they represent a deviation from the standard production process, making them rare and desirable. There is a large community of collectors who specialize in error coins, and they are always on the lookout for these unique and rare finds. Collectors are drawn to this particular coin because the error line is relatively easy to spot. It runs horizontally across the middle of Abraham Lincoln's face, making it unmistakable to the trained eye. The error is usually attributed to a die crack or a similar minting issue that occurred when the coin was struck. As a result, this coin is valued higher than typical 1954 pennies. A 1954 Lincoln penny in error condition with the line on Lincoln's portrait can fetch a high price at auction, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's overall grade. The grade is an important factor when determining value, as well-preserved coins tend to command higher bids. Coins that are in excellent condition, with little to no wear or damage, are far more valuable than those that have significant signs of circulation. In today's auction market, a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark and the error line on Abraham's portrait can sell for a significant price, depending on its condition and the presence of the error. While a typical 1954 penny may be worth thousands of dollars, an error coin with this unique feature can be valued at anywhere from $200,000 or more. The price can vary based on the coin's grade, demand, and the level of interest from collectors at the time of the auction. In conclusion, the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny with a D mint mark and an error line on Abraham Lincoln's portrait is a rare and valuable find for collectors. Its historical significance, error feature, and the demand for error coins make it highly sought after. If you happen to come across one of these coins in your collection or during your coin hunting, you may be holding a treasure worth far more than its face value. Make sure to have it evaluated by a professional numismatist to get an accurate estimate of its worth in the current market. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures.